everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Syndicate's Ethereum. Man, what a year it has been. My name is Dylan. I'm your guide here through the Ethereum. If you want to follow Syndicate and I on our journey as we provide you with Dungeon Master tips, player tips, and much more, please hit the subscribe button down below and also hit the little bell icon so you can stay up to date with both Syndicate and myself. So in today's video, I want to close off the series I started many months ago with the one shot going through encounter by encounter, this one being the third and final encounter. So let's get right into it. A quick recap for the one shot itself. The party members were holding out in a village overrun with undead. Amongst them, there were some villagers, a farmer, and most importantly, a knight that was unconscious with a curse. This knight was extremely beneficial in getting all the party members here into this basement where they've been hiding out and holding on for life for who knows how long. But the session starts, the party members and the survivors as a whole need to leave. They're running out of food and supplies, or maybe the undead have picked up on their scent and are coming down to get them. They leave to a nearby outpost that has been strung up by the nearby kingdom as like a forward operating base for the fight against the undead. The party members get there with the unconscious knight in their possession. The noble running this outpost wants to talk to the knight because this knight has been doing a lot of research into the undead sightings and goings on. Unfortunately, with the knight being unconscious, however, he's unable to talk to him, so he gives the PCs a job. He's willing to pay money, items, political favor, whatever it can take to get this knight back on his own 2 feet. So, the noble sends the party to a nearby tomb housing a long dead alchemist who is well versed in alchemy, has created much of the potions that to this day the kingdom still uses. He is rumored to have a mystical elixir, is what the noble calls it. Some sort of potion that can supposedly cure any kind of disease, but has never been located or found. The party members go through this dungeon. They get to the final room, which is this room littered with bones and bits from other adventurers that were unsuccessful in obtaining this elixir. In the center of this room is a pedestal, and on top of it is a small vial and a riddle. If you need the riddle, go back into the previous video and take a listen. I have it towards the end. I'll put up a card. I can't remember what side the cards come up on. It's been that long since I've made a video, unfortunately. But anyway, riddle is going to tell the party that they're going to have to drink this little vial and fight the beast. Whoever of the party drinks this vial is going to initiate the third and final encounter. To start things off in describing this third encounter, let's just focus on the PC in particular that drinks the vial. We're going to call him the Beast Fighter. So as soon as he drinks this vial, he is going to go ethereal. He's going to appear like very translucent, almost like ghost-like. Not long after, coming from somewhere through the wall is going to be this beast. Now, what is the beast? This can be whatever you want. Go through the monster manual, go online, look through the book, see any monster that interests you. Of course, if the challenge rating is something crazy, obviously don't use it at that level. Just tone it down to the needs of the adventure, whatever level your party members are. I usually run my one shots at their level, but 5th level, 10th level, whatever. Make something appropriate and explain how he comes in and tries to do battle with the Beast Fighter. Now let's go and talk about everyone else. We'll call them the Skeleton Fighters to make it simple. All the bones riddled in the room are going to start to take shape, vibrate, and come to life, and they're going to fight the Skeleton Fighters. Now with the Beast Fighter and the beast being ethereal and ghostly, I would have maybe one skeleton take their rusty sword and swing at the Beast Fighter, and as they try and swing and hit them, their sword goes clean through. You want to let the party know without outright telling them that they cannot help or hinder the beast or the Beast Fighter. Meanwhile, the Beast Fighter cannot help or hinder his fellow teammates because he can't touch them and also can't attack the skeletons. So as the Skeleton Fighters are taking down skeletons as they keep rising and swarming around them, and the Beast Fighter is trying to tame the beast so they can get the mystical elixir and get out of this place, something is going to happen. Every once in a while, these orbs are going to start showing up. A blue orb and red orb respectively. Let's talk about the blue orb first. So the blue orb is only interactable with the skeleton fighters and the skeletons themselves. Whichever side, the skeletons or the PCs fighting them, can touch the orb first, it's going to help the person fighting the beast. Now, what will it do? Again, up to you. Make a list of 6 different things and roll a d6, and that's what happens. It could be plus 10 health. It could be plus 2 to attack and damage, plus 2 to AC, maybe even an extra attack. Maybe do that. Put that on the 6. Whatever you like, or just have something static. Yeah, every time that the PC's fighting the skeletons touch this blue orb, the person fighting the beast is going to get this. Meanwhile, there's going to be a red orb that'll show up. The red orb will be for the beast fighter to touch to help out the entire team fighting the skeletons. That also means, however, that the skeletons and the beasts, the enemies of this room, can also touch these orbs and help the bad guys. So let's say the party members, the skeleton fighters, they're fighting the skeletons. They see the blue orb pop up, but they can't get into it. They can't reach it in time. The skeletons touch it first. That means that blue orb is going to fly over to the beast and empower the beast with some sort of energy and make the fight harder against the one lone adventurer fighting again. And that's also the same with the red orb. If the beast touched the red orb, that means the skeletons are going to get empowered, and the rest of the beast fighters' teammates fighting these skeletons are going to have even a more tough of a time trying to stay alive and not joining the bones left behind by previous attempts to get the mystical elixir. Eventually, the fight's going to have to come to an end, right? Hopefully the heroes win, but if they don't, death is also a part of this game, just like in our everyday life. So hopefully they win, and if they do, a secret wall is going to open up, revealing the tomb of the alchemist, but more importantly, atop the tomb, in this little indention, will be the mystical elixir itself. Now, in the previous episode, I had mentioned there was a statue at the entrance to the tomb, and that the statue was missing something. There was this bow staff made out of stone, where if you put the bow staff in the statue's hand, the hand would fall, and this blue smoke would come out, and this NPC named Solvent would appear and would be very friendly and very nice to the party members. While the fight's going on, he'd be in the background cheering them on, unable to fight or hinder either side. Solvent, however, is a very key ingredient in the potion, because once he sees the mystical elixir, he will have to tell everyone goodbye, as he's going to have to infuse himself into the potion to make the mystical elixir whole. Without Solvent, anyone who drinks that elixir is going to have a bad time. And with Solvent in the elixir, and the elixir mystical and all its gloriousness and legend and myth, what happens now? Well, that's entirely up to you. Surely Syndicate is going to have a part to play in this. He already told the party members when they first arrived that he wanted it for reasons that didn't matter to them. Perhaps he shows up a second time demanding they give it to him, or else something bad will happen to him. Perhaps they go back to the noble. They say, hey, we have this elixir, but we want a better deal. We want more money. We want more political favor. We want something else. Maybe they take the knight with them, and that's what the players I've played with did. They brought the knight with them to the tomb, carried him around, and gave him the elixir. Choice is up to them and up to you. Is the story over for these adventurers and this dungeon master? No one knows. Every one shot that I have run, it doesn't end with the intent that we never get together and play again. No. I'm willing to bet that your players and yourself are going to have a good time running this adventure, and the story will be far from over. It'll be up to you, your dungeon master, and your players to take this story off in God knows what direction. It's a pleasure to be back in the machine, making more videos. I'm hoping that the rest of the year will be kind enough to allow me enough time to make more videos. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the Ethereum. Take care. Peace.
Until we meet again, Dungeon Master, I look forward to it.